Hello YouTube, my name is Nigel and I am 3 months and 5 days on tea. I think this is like my fourth video, but I think it's the first one where I've formally introduced myself, and I'm sorry about that if you've seen any other videos. Just not used to making videos on YouTube. Not used to having a digital identity either. Actually, I'm not very good at Facebook either. So I think I have to misrepresent myself. But yeah, Nigel, 3.5 months on tea. Hello, if you've seen my videos before. I've very much appreciated many of yours. So the 5-day lag was because I just got back from England. I was visiting friends and family for the holidays, and I wanted to make the video when I got home. So it is nice to be home, but I did have a really nice trip. And being 3 months on tea, it was interesting to go back to England. And in part, let me say that I moved from Manchester to Toronto 15 years ago. And I came out shortly after moving here. When I say came out, I mean as lesbian. I never used that term. I always said boy dyke and then butch. And I still associate with butch communities. Like, that is a part of my community. I'm really lucky that in Toronto there is a strong genderqueer community that includes butchers and trans and all manner of genderqueers and queers. So I do feel really fortunate there, and I have identified as both pre-transition too. I'm also lucky that I have friends who transitioned 10 years ago. Kind of wondered what took me so long, I think, and they started to doubt me. Maybe, I don't know. But now I am on that journey, 3 months in, and I know that for many of my trans friends, 3 months is that tricky mark. You know, lots of physical changes are starting to happen, but not so much facial changes and so on. So, you know, muscle, a little bit of face, maybe a little bit of physicality, definitely voice. My voice is lower. I'm in that Moog synthesizer stage right now, so I know it's on its way. But what's interesting is that 15 years of living a sort of queer masculine lifestyle in Toronto, on the street, 60 to 70% of the time in Toronto, I am read as male. So, you know, shop assistants, public transport, secretaries, I'm read as male. That's much to the chagrin, actually, of some of my trans friends early in their transition, where they get referred to as female and I get referred to as male. I'd be like... But in England, more than 90%, in fact I would say more than 95% of the time, I am read as female. I don't know why. It must be cultural, but I don't know what those cultural signs are that I obviously give off that are female signs. I don't know what they are. So one, I'd be interested to know what they are, if you do, if you're English and watching this. But mostly I'd be interested to hear from people who've had similar experiences. I've heard from like Trinidadian Caribbean friends who've had similar experiences, cultural experiences. But I would be interested to hear from others too, who perhaps have moved, transitioned, and noticed that back home, by people they don't know, get read as female, or read one way rather than another. So whether male to female, female to male, I don't know. Those signs. So it was interesting going back to the UK at that 3-month mark, because obviously I had experiences that many of my trans friends have had here. And although I had a really great time in the UK, love my family and friends, feel loved by my family and friends, respected, I do feel incredibly fortunate there. I know I'm lucky. I know it's not the case for most people, or for many people. I do feel fortunate, but I did get a lot of those insecurities. Like, I will use male bathrooms here in Toronto, and I don't care how I'm read. I'll just feel comfortable using them. I'll carve my space there. I don't feel that way in England. I felt watched. I did feel the presence of the urinal more than I ever have. I did hear the pee hitting the water with that different decibel, or whatever, the noise is different. very insecure and aware of it. I did feel people watching me walk into the male bathroom. I felt friends watching me. And I also felt that as supportive as my friends have been, there's just like a slight sort of patronising air to it. It's like, oh, you want to be Nigel now? Okay, we'll call you Nigel. A little bit. So I know that most of my friends and family in the UK don't actually realise, don't have experience with the sort of physical effects that testosterone has. I think that they assume that they'll have to patronise me for the rest of my life. But so I'm kind of looking forward to going back next year and being like, "Dee." So yeah, a lot of those insecurities came up for me this past 2 weeks. I think it was a necessary rite of passage. I think I had to go through them. I think it's okay. I survived. But yeah, just certain things about what it means to be male, what it means to be female. Stuff like height. I'm about 5'4", so I'm a small man. I know lots of us trans guys are small men. But one big thing for me is I really, probably can't tell, small hands. There they are on my face. I don't know if you can tell how small they are, but they were small for a female. People would comment on how small my hands are, they always have, so all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have really small hands as a male. I know it's silly, I'll get over it, it's not like I have to go through puberty. I am 40, but yeah, just that, I've just felt those insecurities in the last 2 weeks. Other than that, let's see, changes that have happened. I don't know. Maybe you don't need to know about changes that have happened. I think I talked about them in other videos. Actually, I was annoyed at myself when I watched my last video, because I always try and do these off the cuff. So I talked about hair growth, and you know what? I don't actually think I do have hair growth. I think it's just because I shaved, so it's prickly now. So I didn't mean. I am a pacifist, but I kind of wanted to punch myself after watching that video, but it's uploaded now, so whatever. But yeah, I think I just have hair. As a female, I had hair. So now that I'm shaving it, it's prickly, so it's there. But as far as like other hair growth, like the hair that grows on your body and stuff, that seems less now than before, and I think it's about expectation, like females shouldn't have hair, males should have hair, so now I have less hair because I'm male. I think my hair hasn't changed at all, so I'm going to take that back. Muscle mass, yes, I weigh more, about 10 pounds more, but I look smaller, like I look thinner, so fat has changed to muscle. Voice is definitely lower. Emotional stuff. I really resent that. I always thought that masculine, feminine sort of behaviour was just socialised, but I have noticed not aggression being on testosterone or transitioning, but my 0 to 10 is much faster. Now I am a strong advocate for mind over matter. I don't think aggression there's any excuse for aggression, but I do notice my 0 to 10 goes really fast. I'm like I get frustrated really quickly. I'm like push that down. Like I'll notice it happen and then I'll be like, whoa, okay, push that down. Wow, you reacted quickly there. I definitely find myself practicing tolerance and patience more than I realised before. I guess I was more tolerant and patient before without realising it, and now I'm recognising that it's a virtue to be tolerant and patient because it takes more effort now. So I have noticed that. Social stuff with friends. Expectations now that I'm male, like all of a sudden I'm gonna like booty, like I'm gonna be this straight male that likes some stereotypical way of being female, or I don't know where my sexuality is gonna head. I'm still very uncomfortable thinking about sort of female bodies and appreciating female bodies because I have one. So underneath clothes I have one. So I think once I've had chest surgery I might like breasts. But right now I'm like, still like feel childish and uncomfortable around the idea of liking breasts because I have them. So I think that is what makes the major difference. So I'm really looking forward to chest surgery. I think that I will move through the world quite differently after chest surgery. And not just with sexuality. I'm interested to find out where my sexuality and desire will go. I like both males and females right now. And I like trans guys too. And trans women too. Pretty diverse in what I like. But as far as how I negotiate my body with those people, I find that I'm only comfortable with people that I come off as masculine with. So that will be like other trans fags, other butch fags, and femmes, sort of femme queers. And I don't feel like I can negotiate my body outside of that right now, which is a real shame, but I'm just going to be straight up about that. What else did I want to say there about bodies? I got to dismiss a low battery there, excuse me. Oh, it's not just about sex. Like, as soon as I decided that I was going to have chest surgery, it's January now, so it was in like July, maybe June, July, I thought about dancing. And I keep saying this to people and they just kind of look at me perplexed, but it was a big revelation to me to think that maybe I like dancing. I always told myself I didn't like dancing, or I didn't really like to go swimming. I knew swimming was about body stuff, but dancing, I just thought, I don't like dancing. I think I might like dancing. I just don't like the way my body moves when I dance, and I'm looking forward to chest surgery for that too. Chest surgery is way bigger than testosterone even for me. It really is about like the way my body looks in clothes, and actually it really is about the way my breasts move independent of my body. That's probably the best way to say it. My breasts move independent of my body. They are not part of my body. They're just attached to it, and I can't wait till they're gone. So that is sort of one of the biggest things about transitioning for me, is getting that flat chest that I'm so desperate for. I think, I don't know, that's 12 minutes and 40 seconds. I'm just going to say goodbye and upload another video another time. Okay, thanks a lot for watching, and it's been a pleasure watching all of you guys, and I'll speak to you soon. Okay, bye.